music just feels so good. You're on to number one.
Welcome back to the Echo Chamber. You know who it is. This is DJ Echo on Triple Threat FM radio, and right now I have international recording artists. I'm talking about international, worldwide recording artist, Laura Noble. Laura, how are you?
Hello. How are you? I'm great. Thank you for having me on the show.
Listen, it is a total honor to have you on the show. I mean, if you guys, for those that don't know you, never heard of you, never seen you before, this woman right here is like, she's like our like that's our spirit animal. Like when you go into a club, when you go into a party or something, like this is who we become. We become Laura Noble. Like she's everywhere. She's dancing. Her hair's flaring everywhere. She's got the hot outfits, all that kind of stuff. I mean, the videos are crazy, and we'll go into all that stuff. You know what? I'm getting ahead of myself, Laura. I I apologize. I'm getting ahead of myself. So
you can keep going. I like it.
Yeah, right. First of all, just thank you for taking the time to talk with us on the phone. We appreciate it. We know you are super busy, so we appreciate your time and definitely appreciate your talent. So let's rewind, Laura. Let's go all the way back. When did you start singing? I mean, super easy. When did you start singing?
I started singing as soon as I could start talking. My family and I always had the radio on everywhere, in the house, in the car. My father had a cleaning business, and us kids would go and help him, and he always had the radio on, and we listened to everything. Mm-hmm. So we listened from Spanish music, merengue, bachata, to pop, rock, ballads, right. R&B, everything. So what I would do is I would just try to mimic the singers. And I was, at that time trying to mimic Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston. So mm-hmm. I started realizing, hey, I can kind of follow along these songs when I sing them. So I loved it.
Where'd you grow up?
I was actually born in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Right. I lived in Bronx for a bit as a kid because, a lot of Dominicans go to New York first.
You can say that. Dominicans and Puerto Ricans got to flow through the NYC at some point in their life. It's just automatic.
That's right. And then my father's job moved us to Independence, Missouri, a small, well, not too small, but not that well known. A town in the Midwest.
I've heard of it. You don't see a lot of Latin cultured people flow through there.
It's growing. Kansas City, it's growing. We've got more Caribbean Hispanics out here now, so that's nice. Good.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you've been singing since you could talk. Anybody else in your family sing? Or is this kind of like it skipped like 15 generations and it just landed on you?
I never heard really anyone in my family sing until one day, out of the blue, when I was a teenager. My father started singing while he was cleaning. Like I said, he had a cleaning business. So right. I just heard a beautiful opera voice, and my brothers and I stopped and looked, and we were like, "Pops, you can sing?" He said, "Oh, well, I used to sing back in school and everything." We're like, "Why didn't we know that?" "Oh, I don't really like, he's just really shy." So
he's holding out on you guys.
Yeah, but he's a great singer. So I believe I get my singing chops from my dad.
Okay. Now, but so did he? I mean, you don't ever remember him singing at all? He never did any shows. He's just a naturally good singer.
He's a naturally good singer, and then I was fortunate enough to do a karaoke night with him in Dominican Republic.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so the family went out in Manzanillo. We were visiting relatives, and we went out and did some karaoke, and it was so much fun.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so you knew you could sing. You knew you could sing. I'm sure your family and your friends knew you could sing, but there are a lot of people that can sing but they end up doing other things in life. You know, they can be a teacher, a doctor, whatever. And just because you can sing doesn't mean you want to go out there and sing. So was there a moment in your life? Can you remember that moment, a day? Was it an event? Was it somebody that spoke to you that when was that moment that was like, all right, this is what I want to do for real? Like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
It's throughout the years I had people come to me and say, you should really, consider doing this as a profession. And I always knew that's what I wanted to do, even when I was young.
Right.
But it wasn't really until like I started first entering karaoke contests and then winning money. And then it was mostly watching people's reactions and having fun.
Yeah. Okay.
When I'm singing. So then I started singing in live bands. And when I would be on stage and I would just see people get into it and sing along and just have a great time, and then come to me afterwards and say, oh my gosh, I just had so much fun and I love your voice and everything. That's, my driving force. I love it. I love seeing just people experiencing happiness and pure joy and having a good time,
Right. Exactly. Now, do you prefer singing with a live band or with tracks?
Absolutely with a live band.
Yes.
There's nothing like it.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. To me, like, that's how you could tell like who is a true entertainer, because when I know myself, that was the one thing like I always wanted. Like anytime I've ever done a show, I'm like, is there a live band? Can we get a live band? It's just something so sporadic and so like you're in the moment, because anything can happen.
In the moment. Let's
say you want to do the chorus 5 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? Let's say something hits. Like, I just love it. I love it. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay.
Absolutely. Everything you just said is absolutely the reason. And plus, you feel the music more when you know someone is putting their soul into playing that instrument. And then sometimes I still get caught off guard when I have a musician doing a solo on stage, and I'll just be in awe of their talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you feel every strum of the guitar, every hit of the
all of it.
Of the every drumstick. I totally understand. All right. So who were some artists that you looked up to when you were younger? You can still look up to them now.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, and some of the Latin artists as well. Selena, Gloria Estefan, of course Jennifer Lopez, because she's a powerhouse.
Exactly.
Of course Beyonce, she's everything. When I see powerful women who can basically balance and juggle everything, like, having that business savvy, but also being driven to not just be an entertainer, but, to do movies and branch off into other things. Because I do some acting as well. And I'm also a mother. So right. I feel that women are strong and that we're capable of doing a lot.
Yes, I agree. And to go back to the J-Lo, like, a lot of people, especially like this younger generation, they just know J-Lo for being J-Lo. But we know J-Lo from being one of the girls from In Living Color. You know what I'm saying?
From Living Color,
back in the days, you know what I'm saying? Like, for someone to do something like that, to go from being a dancer, and she's always been an amazing dancer, but to transcend into an actress and a platinum selling singer, and just there's honestly nothing that she can't accomplish. And to see where she came from a young, Latina from the Bronx, like, you could, some people can hate on her, and again, some people don't know the past, but you gotta, she's inspired. You know what I'm saying? She's inspiring.
Definitely inspiring. Now, she's a very motivated woman.
Yes. Like, do you feel some of that, like, on you sometimes? Like, do you feel like, I understand you're doing this for yourself and obviously your family and you have your friends, but do you kind of feel like as a Latina, as someone who came from Santo Domingo and grew up in NYC, and do you feel some of those pressures of having to be an inspiration for young women out there, young artists out there, young Latinos, Latinas?
It's not pressure for me. It's something I look forward to because I have had young women come to me and say, you inspired me, or you showed me that I can do it too.
Ooh.
Or, they've come to me for advice or guidance, or, hey, I want your opinion on this song, or what kind of feedback can I get from you? And I do try to give that because I want to show them that, you might have people in your ear saying negative things or telling you that you can't. But if this is something you really want to do, for me, when somebody says something negative, which fortunately I haven't had to deal with too much, but
Right.
when I do, it's just a fire that gets lit and motivates me more. So that's what I try to do with that. But as far as I'm doing it for me and my family, but also to inspire others. And I don't feel pressure. It's something that I want to do.
Ooh, looking forward to it. Okay, I like that. I like that. All right, so let's dive into your music here, because that people they getting to know you, but they want to know a little bit more about the music. So let's dive into your international, worldwide smash hit, Love Aora. So let's talk to me. What does that song mean to you?
Well, I would like to tell a little bit of the backstory that led to that song. So there's a LA producer originally from Kansas City who came here who came to Kansas City to do a sync licensing project for Sony, and to get songs placed on TV shows and movies. So he said about 4 people referred me to him because it was for a Latin-based catalog. So he called me. I went. I wrote about 4 or 5 songs. They all got picked up, and it was in collaboration with some other singers and songwriters.
Right.
But that project was so successful, they all got picked up by
Nice.
TV shows and movies. And I've actually uploaded a couple of them to YouTube. So I really liked his production style, his vocal production style, and the guidance that he gave me. So, and I just liked his music overall. So I kept speaking out loud into existence. I am going to LA to work on my own project with Devi Foreman.
Yes.
So when I connected with my label partner, Emmanuel Days, he said, he watched one of my shows. He said, you know what? You have the talent. Let's do this. Where do you want to go? And I said, I want to go to LA and I want to work with Devi Foreman. He said, let's make it happen.
Let's go.
So we started setting goals. The first thing we did, we worked with Devi and we were listening through some tracks. We came upon the track for Love Aora, and it just grabbed me immediately. I said, this is the song. Let's do this one. So he brought in a co-writer, Lorraine Castillo, and I said, I want this to be a song that represents being proud of where you're from, no matter where that is, being able to accomplish more united. It's a very positive song. And then the overall outcome of the song, everyone who hears it says, this song needs to be on the World Cup or something, the Olympics. It's just like everyone wants to dance when they hear it. And then that's the first thing they think of. They're like, wow, this is really perfect for the World Cup. So it's been amazing. I mean, it's been listened to. And
there's some Shakira Pitbull vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like they were able to get on the World Cup. I think this song is pretty dope. I think this could do it too. I think this needs to do it. So is there like a hashtag we all need to start using? Is there a hashtag?
Hey, let's do that.
All right, let's go, y'all.
Hashtag Love Aora World Cup.
There you go. Now you guys heard it here first. It was birthed here on the Echo Chamber, Triple Threat FM Radio. Love Aora World Cup. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's go.
How long did it take you to write the song?
Not long at all, actually. We finished it in one day, and it just felt, sometimes when something is meant to be and meant to happen, it just flows, and it was amazing. Yeah. I
think there's something in the water, because when I used to write music, it used to take me like a week, and everybody I interview now is like, it took me like an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? Like a day. Like this is now. I'm like,
no.
What's in the water?
No. That's not the case. Not with every hit song. Some songs is just it just flows. Other
Right.
times you got to come back. You got to take a break and come back. You
Okay.
know, so it just depends.
All right, all right. So let's go down some of your songs here, and what I want you to do is I'm gonna say the name of this song, and you give me one word from you that describes the song.
Okay,
Yes. All right. Let's do this. Okay.
I'll try to keep it to one word.
All right. That's the challenge. You know what I'm saying? All right. So we'll Dámelo.
Dámelo. Flirtatious.
Ooh, I like that. There we go. Ready for this?
Motivational.
Let me just shout out Tech Nine real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout the brother out
What's
real
up,
quick.
Tech Nine?
There we go. From the DR.
Oh. Yeah, boss. That's a good one. Boss.
The voice in the wilderness came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All right. No love.
Background noises.
No love.
Oh. Pain.
Ooh. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So first of all, noble. Was it noble talent? Noble. You have
Noble
noble
Nation
music.
Records.
Like you. How'd that come about? Like I know a lot of people want. They always say, "Hey, I want my own label. I want to do my own thing." And you know, it's tough. It's super tough.
Mm-hmm.
You did it. How did that happen?
So Noble Nation Records came about because when I teamed up with Emmanuel Dace, he had experience in the music industry. And we decided that it was best to do things under our own umbrella, under our own name, so that when it comes time to reap the rewards, we're not paying somebody else back, but paying our own self.
Yes.
You know.
Smart. Gotta be
So
smart. Gotta be smart in the game now, you know?
It's been definitely a big learning curve because, you know, the industry is ever changing on a regular basis, but I feel like we've done a good job at educating ourselves, being open to learning more, and then, you know, setting goals and doing things, developing relationships, working with a lot of professionals and a lot of people that have been great during this process. So, you know, I feel like it has a lot to do with the energy that you put out.
Right.
So it's been a great experience.
Now, do you have, is it just you? Do you have other artists on your label?
Not yet, but we will eventually get to that point.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that we have everything right before we, you know, branch off into that world. We definitely want to keep the business side of things going so that we can branch off into other things and not just music, you know?
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you just came back from tour, didn't you?
Not yet. About to go on tour.
Okay, you're about to go. Go on tour. Okay, so let's break it down. First of all, what's the name of the tour?
The Noble Nation Records tour.
Noble Nation Records tour. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How many cities? How many nations? How many countries?
We're going to start off with our rounded number right now is 8 to 10.
Ooh.
Because we want to, like I said, it's been a learning curve. Things are constantly changing. Plus, we have the uncertainty of COVID. So we have to make sure that everything is right.
COVID.
But what we're doing is we're starting in South America because fortunately we've had success in the South American countries with especially playing all the songs, but Love Aora has done the best.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Dámelo and from the DR, we've had so much support from Colombia, from Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru.
That's awesome.
Honduras even. So, you know, we definitely want to show the love that we have been shown.
All right. I mean, listen, and I'm sure, and this is why people have to follow you on social media because they want to go on this ride with you. I'm sure you're gonna put things on YouTube and this and that. So I'm already excited. I'm like, yo, so when does it kick off?
Well, it'll kick off in March.
Okay,
So
gotcha. All right.
right now, everything is in preparation mode. We've got new music coming out from now until then.
It's got to be a ton
We
of
already
prep.
have we already have everything lined up as far as the dancers and entertainment and all that. It's going to be a great show.
Sure.
But you guys saw a little snippet of it. You see a little snippet of it on Instagram.
See that they got to go to the gram. They got to go to the gram.
Yep.
They got to go to the gram. And we'll get into that. We'll get into your social media because you already have the listeners hooked. They need to follow you. They need to know what's going on. So we'll give them all that information, but they got to stay. They got to wait to the end. They got to wait. They got to have patience, Laura. They got to have patience. Okay.
Absolutely.
If you had an opportunity to work with one artist, it could be anybody. Who would it be?
Oh man, you can't just say one.
All right, let's do this. Okay, one male artist, one female artist. Boom.
Okay, I can do that.
There we
I
go.
will go with. Oh man, the male artist is a tie with J Balvin and Bad Bunny.
Okay.
I really like their style. I like Bad Bunny. He thinks outside the box.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
That brother,
so I really
that brother is outside the box. Eh?
Definitely.
Some of the stuff he wears, but yo, it works. And the dude, hit after hit after hit.
And his album was #1 in the world.
Yeah, that's what
recently.
he don't stop neither. He
Right.
doesn't stop. So okay.
Female artist, it would have to be Beyonce.
Ooh, going for the Bay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Those are some that I'd pay for that one. I'd pay for that concert. Yeah. I'd pay for that concert right there. That'd be dope.
Absolutely.
That would be dope. All right. So
why not?
Why not? All right. Okay. Give me 3 things that your fans, the listeners right now, that they would not know about you by listening to your music or watching your videos.
I used to be a DJ.
Oh, what was your DJ name?
Just DJ Laura.
Okay, all right, I'll take it. All right, so
yeah,
you're a DJ.
I used to DJ in a handful of clubs out here in Kansas City.
Nice.
It was fun.
Okay, and whatever happened to that?
I wanted to focus more on music, on being on stage, entertaining and singing. So I decided, it was one thing or another.
I think that was a good move, Laura. I think that was a good move.
Yeah.
I think that was a good move. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, so you used to be a DJ. That's dope. Go ahead.
Oh man. I used to take gymnastics when I was a kid.
Okay.
Yeah, not very many people know that.
That's not. Now, was that something you wanted, or was that mom and dad were like, "No, we need you to do something. We're not gonna leave you in the house all day"?
You know what? It's funny because I would do stuff like outside when we would play and do round offs and cartwheels and all that. My mom put me in gymnastics, so she was like, "Oh, we might have something here." But singing was just always my thing, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't stay in it very long.
Obviously, okay. All right, one more thing. So you used to be a DJ. You used to take gymnastics. Go ahead. What, what else you got? One more thing.
I want to perform at Super Bowl.
What? You're like my hero. I'm telling you, you're my spirit animal, yo. Not only do you want your music played at like World Cup and FIFA and all that kind of stuff, but you want to perform at the Super Bowl. What? Come on.
Yeah, you gotta dream big. Go all the way.
That's what I'm talking about. Right there, that's what I'm talking about. All right, that's it. Everybody's hooked. Laura, you've hooked every single one of our listeners. So now what you got to do, let them know how they can find and follow you on social media. Go ahead.
My Instagram is Laura Noble Music. Same for Twitter. My Facebook page is Laura Noble. And of course, you can find me on YouTube under Laura Noble. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow. And I really appreciate you having me on the show. It means a lot.
Listen, while they're on YouTube, they got to click that bell. So every time you go do a live or anything, you post a video, they get notified. Especially, I'm amped about this tour. Like, I'm like, March, come on, what's this March stuff? Like, how about like November?
Might be sooner. It might be sooner. Yes.
All right.
We're trying to take off sooner. I just don't want to like put it out there and then things not, you know.
It's all good. I totally understand. You want to leave us hanging. You want to keep us on the edge of our seats. I understand it. Okay, so we kind of spoke a little bit about you being a Latina within within the industry and being an inspiration. When you were going into it, were there certain stereotypes that were like thrown your way because of your upbringing, because you're a Latina, because you came from where you came from, because you're a female? Were there certain stereotypes? Were there certain judgments that were passed along to you that you kind of had to break them and kind of had to like shrug them off and kind of prove everybody wrong? Was there anything like that?
I think what happens a lot of times is when you're a female, and even more so if you're a minority female, people don't take you as seriously when it comes to the business side of things. Yes. So when I have conversations and I'm teaming up with someone to, work on music or to handle the business side of things, make sure that, paperwork is right and all that stuff, people sometimes are surprised because they don't expect me to know as much as I do, I guess. Right. So, and other times people just won't really have a serious conversation with me, and I'll have to direct them to Emmanuel, and he handles business because, right, again, being a woman in the industry, it's rough sometimes. It depends on who you're dealing with, but, right, sometimes you just don't get taken seriously. And then other times people respect you more because they see that you know your stuff and that you're on top of it. And also I think that some people are surprised with my follow through, mm-hmm, if that makes any sense. Because sometimes, people, they love music or they love singing, but maybe aren't as motivated or maybe don't complete projects by a certain time or whatever. I mean, it's a lot. Right. But yeah, so it's something. Here's the other thing that I've faced a lot of is people asking me, okay, so what type of music do you want to do? Because you got to stick to one thing. And I don't like I don't like being put in a box.
That box, there goes that box again.
Yeah, I don't want any two of my songs to sound the same.
Right.
I want to be able to reach as many people as I can. Sure, I have more of a focus on Latin pop, right, because it's feel-good music, exactly, you know what I mean? But I also have ballads. I have inspirational music. I have the bachata. I have a reggaeton. You know what I mean? So it's, and I have the hip-hop and all that. But I want to be able to have all types of listeners.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's some deep stuff right there. Thank you. That's deep. And I can understand how people would think that, they just, it wouldn't even cross their mind that on the business aspect of it, that like, your name's on the business, you know what I'm saying? It's noble music, you know what I'm saying? It's not anybody else. Like, you own this is your thing, so props to you, definitely props to you. And for those that want to dive, you're on iTunes, they have to go as soon as the show is done. Go to iTunes, buy. That's it. Just buy as many songs, buy them all. Stop playing around. You know what I'm saying? They got to do that. They got to. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. No, not a problem. All right. So, last question, and then we're gonna let you introduce your song. Okay. One piece of advice you have for a young Latino, Latina, trying to get into the business. One piece of advice that you would give them.
Well, if it's something that you really want to do, keep going, keep writing, keep singing, keep recording. But the other thing is be open and willing to receive guidance and advice. But in the process, find yourself and follow your heart, because you will receive a lot of different information. So I have seen young women who have amazing voices, amazing talent, but perhaps wouldn't take advice and think that they know everything.
Right.
So don't get caught up in that, because none of us know everything. So be willing to accept advice, be willing to accept guidance, and then, follow your heart and never give up. You're going to get no sometimes, but if you get back up and you keep going, then keep it. Keep going.
You need like a whole special just on you. Just let you talk. You know what I'm saying? Like a one woman show. Just let you talk, cuz like you're very wise, you know what you're doing, you know what you want, you know what you're fighting for. That's awesome.
That's right.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Laura, I'm so happy that I met you on Instagram. I'm so thankful that you took the time to do this interview. At this time, I'm going to stop talking and I want you to introduce your hit. Remember, everybody, Love Aora World Cup. Hashtag Love Aora World Cup. Let's start it here. Let's push it. Let's go. Laura, the mic is yours. The stage is yours. Go ahead and introduce your song.
First of all, thank you so much for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. I'm humbled. And all my people out there listening right now, make sure you follow me, subscribe, everything. And I want everybody to tune in and listen to Love Aora by Laura Noble. Thank you.